Super psyched to be here at Snow Summit in Big Bear, California. This is the third installment of the Monster Energy Pro Downhill Series. Exciting finish for both the men's and women's categories. And as our normal format, we want to first kick it off to Clay Harper, our series director, to share some of the exciting stats for this weekend's event and a little bit about what's to come.
Round 3 of the first season of Monster Energy Pro Downhill here in Snow Summit in Big Bear Lake, California. First, we want to thank the Visitors Bureau of Big Bear. They really supported this event and made it happen, so big shout out to them. 334 racers, that includes all the amateur classes. 32 pro men, 13 pro women dropped. Largest class of the day was our Cat 1 15-16 at over 40 riders, which has been a trend lately. We paid $15,500 in prize money, equal to men's and women's in the pro class. And our whole shot winners were Aris Van Leuven and Austin Dooley. So they each took home $500 extra from SR Sun Tour on that one. One special thing I want to mention with this race, we had something pretty interesting happen. The Cat 1 15-16 class has been pretty electric this season. It's worth mentioning we had Cash Shaleen put up a 256. He would have been third in pro. I think it's something people are going to be talking about. There's a few editorials coming out after this you can check out. Mountain Bike Action was doing an introspective piece on it, and I'm sure it's a question that we're going to be asking some of the athletes, how they feel about these up-and-coming 15, 16-year-olds who very well may be in the pro class next year right alongside them. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to the press pool and get some questions going. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Jack Rice with Vital MTB. First of all, congratulations ladies. I guess this question would be for all of you, maybe one at a time. I just want to know how California stacks up to the East Coast.
All right. For me, the first 2 races were really dry, but more hard-packed. And here, like, you have the hard-pack, but it's a lot of dust above that. And so that's the biggest difference for me. Yeah.
I'd say I ride in this a lot, so it's like kind of nice to be able to ride what I know how to ride. But it honestly was different in the fact that, I was more hard-packed than more moon dust. And honestly, I liked it better because it was like a longer course. Yep. It really pushed you.
Cool.
But otherwise, I liked it just as much.
Sweet. Isabella?
I wasn't at the first 2 rounds, but every time I go to the East Coast, it's raining and wet. And so I'm from Arizona, and I like the dry. So awesome. I had a lot of fun on this track.
How about the vibes? Like, how did you guys feel the vibes were this weekend? First time being here, all that stuff?
I mean, I thought it was awesome. I had so much fun this weekend. I just came down from every run, and there were so many people around, and I just kept saying how much fun I was having. Sick. So I had a blast.
Awesome. Eris?
Yeah. I think this was probably my favorite out of the first 3 rounds of the series.
Really?
Like, it's very different from me having the dust, but it was quite like a fun challenge. Just really embraced the dust and had a lot of fun.
Sweet. Awesome. Allie?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I always like these series because I like how they have everything pretty structured pretty well, and it's not like chaotic really at all. I also really loved the course this one. It was changing all the time, and I like it a lot.
Awesome. So if you had to pick to come back, it's yes?
Absolutely.
Resounding? Awesome.
Totally.
That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Hey, Tyler from Mountain Bike Action. We heard a lot of racers talk about the track changing, especially leading into finals. So how's that differed from, I guess, races you've had in the past, and just how you had to change your game plan coming into finals?
Yeah, I think for me, just having the dust, it meant that the ruts were always in a different part of the track. Unlike the last 2 races in the series, the lines kind of stayed the same. Like, it got more rough, but you still went in the same place in the course. But here, you kind of have to just kind of guess as you go down, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I feel like each time I came down, I hit a different line somewhere. But I think just staying loose and kind of going wherever your bike threw you was probably key here. But definitely changing a lot.
Yeah, just kind of like how these 2 girls were saying, the track was changing all the time, and it was definitely an interesting thing to try and work out, and you really had to act on the spot a lot of the times, but I think it made the race more exciting. So
yeah, awesome. And then this is more for Eris and Alita. Obviously the series chase is on now between you 2, so final stop, Fox US Open of mountain biking. I know, Alita, you've been on that podium before. kind of just what's the plan heading into that?
Honestly, you have like really big people coming to that one because it's 6 hours from Mount St. Anne, so you can just drive there. So I'm just kind of looking to have a good time like I usually do. That was probably one of my biggest races every time I go there. So just doing the same thing as I did last year, enjoying it. But yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, for me it's the first time going there. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who else from like the Europe scene comes over. But yeah, I'm just gonna have fun, ride my bike well, see what happens.
Cool.
She says
Well,
that every time and it always works out.
We'll see. We'll see.
awesome. Well, congrats to all three. Hope to see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First race.
Hey ladies, congratulations on the good results. Steven here from Monster Army. My first question is going to be for Bella over here. You normally race enduro. You came out, raced downhill. Just how was the weekend for you, and how comparable is it racing downhill versus your usual enduro?
Yeah, I've always talked about racing more downhill, and I finally made it happen this weekend, and I had so much fun. Like, it's a completely different scene from enduro to downhill. Like, we practiced Friday from 9 to 11:30, and I was like, that's it? Now what do I do? Normally we're practicing all day Thursday, all day Friday, racing all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So it was definitely different. It was funny. I put a dual crown on my trail, my enduro bike, because I was just been racing on it all year, and I have my dropper post on still and my 12 speed gears, and I don't know, I had a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing some more downhill in the future.
Awesome. And so did you actually end up racing the Frankenstein bike that you're talking about in finals?
Yeah, I raced it, or I rode it all weekend, so it didn't do too bad.
Good job done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This next question is going to be for both of you ladies over there. I see that now, Eris, you have officially taken over the red plate going into round 4, and there's only 2 points that separates you two. What are you guys feeling going into the last round?
I think it's been like that every round.
Yeah. Yeah, every round we've been like back and back real close.
Yep.
So I mean, same as the rest of the series, I suppose. Just ride.
It's kind of
Ride
nice.
bikes,
Maybe
have fun.
maybe she'll get more pictures. Like, I swear,
Yeah.
it's like every time I get in the podium, like, or anything, everyone points to right at the red plate. It adds quite a bit of pressure, not gonna lie. So
Yeah,
I'm excited
Yeah.
to see how it goes.
it'll be good.
Awesome. So would you say that the camaraderie between the two of you has grown throughout the season so far?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Super cool. Well, again, congratulations, guys. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, while we're waiting for someone else to come up and ask a question, that was a really good segue about the camaraderie of the women's pro class. I heard there was a dance party at the top of the mountain right before the finals. So I want to know a little bit more about that. Share with us what was going on up the top right before you dropped in for the final run.
It didn't involve me.
Yeah, I gotta say, it didn't really involve us. I was actually saying that was the difference between me and my sister. My sister was the one doing the dance party. That's how I 100% can tell the difference between me and her, is because she'll just take off, start dancing, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I was trying to learn how to juggle. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, I was attempting to teach you how to juggle. So you got a wee way to go.
I
got
don't think
some
I
learning
learned.
to do.
Stick with
For the
juggling.
Yes, 100%.
There's a long wait up there.
All right, awesome. Love to see it. Any question? Okay. MC Hanny.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good,
Congratulations today on the great race. This is MC Hanny with the Pro Downhill Series, designated vibe guy. I just wanted to ask, did the fan base up there on the hill today affect you guys, or did it motivate you, or did it not? Did it put pressure on you? How was the fan base and the vibes today and the whole weekend?
It was really good, especially like in the bottom open section at the like before the finish line corral. It was sick. Like people just yelling at you, and that like really motivates me to go faster.
Yeah, coming around that last corner into the whoop section,
Yeah.
there was horns and flags and everything everywhere. I can only imagine what it was like to be in your shoes.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
That's awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Hi ladies, I'm Claire from Southwest Downhill Series. I wanted to ask all three of you how this platform with the Monster Energy Pro Downhill Series has helped you guys build a platform to help be more inclusive to women racing, and how to bring more women into the racing scene. We can start with Bella.
Yeah, I mean, this is my first time here, but it's just everything that I've seen happening this weekend, how everyone's included, equal payout, all that sort of thing.
I really like it just because they're all inclusive and obviously pay out, like she said, and just having like the equality of no one's different from anyone. If you have to redo, you redo. Like nothing is like, hey, you can't do this. I really like that fact, and the fact the podium payout is probably one of the biggest one. That's where I've always struggled with racing, is they usually don't have like that podium payout or stuff like that. And this, honestly, having these talks and all these videos and stuff, you get a lot of like coverage from them, so I really like that.
I think like what's shown on the media is also including the younger kids, not just the pro categories, and I think that's one of the main things for me that stands out, because most races you just get the like pro category that gets to like have press online, like Instagram and whatever. So I think that's a pretty cool part of it.
Do you think, being that you're from New Zealand, do you think that the coverage here is different than racing over there, or do you think it's pretty equal?
Oh, it's definitely much bigger. At home we like have a bit of coverage, but not much at all compared to what this is. Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you. Good job, ladies.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You come from a long history of racing. As I understand it, off-road trucks, skiing. Obviously, you've started your career in mountain biking with enduro, and I know you've raced downhill before, but now you're on a big stage. You know, on a podium in a press conference. Are we likely to expect to see more of you on a downhill scene?
Yeah. Like you're saying, I have a lot of different backgrounds of racing and making kind of just wanting to do the downhill scene and stuff. I had so much fun this weekend. Like I was saying, I kept telling everyone, I was like, this is so much fun. This is so cool. You guys are doing such a great job. And so, yeah, I plan to be back for more. For more. So
This is a great question that I heard from someone else. If your bike could talk, what would it say about your race run? One at a time?
Help.
Calm down.
And then through the whoops. Right.
Stay on your line.
Good.
Mine would just yell help. That's just all it would.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
Good.
Speaking of bikes, are you on your third brand this year? And I think it's the first time I've seen you on this bike. So lots of change, but you're consistent. So any comments or thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've been transferring around. I haven't really gone out of biking, like in like different kind of bikes. Like I've always kind of stuck with like the same bikes over the years. So I've been kind of just going out, trying different bikes, especially coming into like my World Cup season next year. I kind of want to just get out and know what I'm riding. I feel like every bike kind of has their similar things, so I know how to transfer between each one. But I feel like I'm pretty adaptable in that area. But it definitely was a little different here coming. This is the first like actual race that I've done on it. So I think it could have helped a little bit, like having more confidence, but at the same time, I really like that bike. So,
Ladies, you absolutely killed it. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work, and we're really looking forward to seeing you at stop number 4 in Killington, Vermont.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, please.
Just to say, she was 0.08 behind me, so it was a really close race. So, real good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the stats on the splits, and I mean it's really cool to look at. So
Just tells me
Right.
I need to sprint more.
You smoked me on the second split, though. What? You smoked me on the second split.
yeah, like
No, that's what I'm saying. You made it up all in the sprints. I was like,
Eris,
oh my
you
gosh.
came out of the gate and you took the whole shot, and then Allie was first in split 3 and 4,
Yeah.
and Bella, you went from 5th to 4th to 3rd. So I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
The enduro thing, I think, kind of
Yeah, at the
showed
bottom.
through there. So it was really cool. But it's just kind of neat to see how you guys did that, and it's really close. So definitely a good call out, Eris,
Yes.
and really cool to see how tight it is. And we're talking a lot about the youth in U.S. downhill, and I mean, they're here with the elite in the elite field, but you're all young ladies. Like, you could be racing.
I was the only one with champagne on the podium. So
Well, props to all of you guys. It's so impressive, and you're inspiring the heck out of all of us, especially these super old dudes like me. So you make me want to ride harder, and awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, again from Mountain Bike Action, similar question. Just heard a lot about the track changes throughout this weekend. You guys were obviously the last of the racers all weekend ago, so just how you kind of approached that coming down. Were there changes in your run that you hadn't even planned just because of how things moved around?
Yeah, the track changed so much throughout the weekend. Looking back from the first day to the final run, it's completely different. And our practice was pretty early this morning, and then finals being at 4 o'clock. With that amount of change and the amount of riders that went, ruts were pretty blown, holes were bigger, lighting was different, so had to be like eyes up and just try to adapt to how it was.
Race run was like a whole new track.
Yeah, the track was definitely a lot different from the first day, but honestly, by race run, you kind of have an idea where to go, and the only thing really different is just holes are bigger, ruts are bigger.
How's it going, guys? This is Miles from
a good one.
USA. I guess this is a question for all you guys, but how do you think this track prepares you for going into Worlds in Andorra?
I think this track could not be better. I think it's going to be rougher, and this track is looser than Andorra. They've put in more dirt than what we've practiced on for the past couple of weeks, and it created a whole new track, which was amazing.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. If you're not in Andorra right now prepping for Worlds, I think this is the next best place to be around the whole world. So we're lucky to be here.
Yeah, I won't be at Worlds, but just looking at videos, looks pretty similar almost, just with all the dust and how deep it is. And just being comfortable sliding around in the sand is the most important thing, I guess.
Sick. Well, stoked to see you guys out there.
Thanks, Miles.
Thank you.
Thanks, boss.
Hi guys, Claire with Southwest Downhill Series. This question is for Austin and Nate. You guys joined us last weekend for our third round at Snow Valley. How do you think having a race under your belt before this weekend helped you out?
Want to go?
Yeah, I think last week at Snow Valley was a super good preparation race for this. I mean, it's just 20 minutes down the road, and the dirt is super similar. And the track was physical. This track was super physical, so I think it was perfect prep for coming into this round.
Yeah, pretty much just what Austin said. Track's physical. Kind of relearning how to ride in sand, even though I ride here a bunch. But it's always a good refresher to get back in the flow of the sand. And yeah, just getting in the race mindset,
Ryan, we hope to see you at round 4 at Vail. But other than that, good job. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
I got a bit of a different question for you. If you had to ditch the bike and ride down the course on one animal, what would it be?
Dude, honestly, the closest thing's going to be a bull. Dude, it rides the same.
Shoot. He's on to something.
Swing off the back of that thing.
Yeah. I don't know. He's cooking with the bull because it is.
Pretty good, yeah.
It's pretty good. He nailed it.
I'd honestly say a lion, Big and strong. Can hold on to it.
I love it. All right, congratulations.
Thank you, Carson. Oh, no.
Holy.
What is this thing?
No.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Connor from Southwest Downhill. I have a question for Nate. I heard you saying earlier this week you were going to pack the bags. Where did the mentality change? Where did you find all this speed?
Yeah, yesterday was pretty rough. Just kept making mistakes and just couldn't seem to ride in a straight line, But this morning, I don't know, woke up, watched the right movie, I don't know.
You watch Earth?
Maybe. Can't either confirm or deny.
Was it Die Hard?
Nah, I just watched some old mountain bike stuff. But honestly, it just kind of clicked. Just started riding good. Wasn't making too many mistakes. Bike felt insane. And yeah, I guess it just clicked.
Right on, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Swapnator?
Congrats, everybody.
Thank you.
Steve here from Monster Army. This first question is going to go to Nate. I can see, you've had a rough go lately with some injuries, and great result this weekend, man. How does it feel to finally get up on the podium? You're in the post-race press conference. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It feels super good to have the confidence back and being able to lay a run and just have everything just flow super smoothly. And yeah, it's just pretty sick to have the podium, the champagne, and just be here,
Awesome. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
This next one's for both of you guys over there. We can see that you have both moved into 4th and 5th in the points race, respectively. And it looks like you're in contention to potentially take the overall if you guys are at U.S. Open. What does that mean to you guys, and what are your plans going into round 4 in Killington?
It means a lot. It's kind of cool. It's like kind of another World Cup series. You still have like the standing, and it's cool to like kind of get up there. And I wasn't planning on going to Killington, but I've thought about it recently, and I really want to. It's super, like the week before Mount St. Anne, and it'd be cool to try and go get some good prize money and race against some top riders that might be there, like Bruni or Monar if they show up.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be there for sure, and I think it's perfect prep heading into MSA, the last World Cup. I don't know how far I'm off the lead, but I feel like Dante's still maybe pretty far ahead, so I'll have to check the point standings when I get home. But yeah, I don't know. Just go for my best result there and see where we end up.
Awesome. Well, congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Steven.
Oh, MC Hanny.
Oh, big dog.
Let's go.
MC Hanny again here with Pro Downhill Series, designated vibe guy. So I saw, like I was asking the girls, the spectators this weekend, I feel like were pretty rad. I mean, I'm looking at some proper USDH spectating this season, and especially at this race. From a rider's perspective, I want to hear each of you got your guys' views. When you're in the race run and you come into a section, it's just roaring from the crowd. Do you guys hear it? Do you guys zone it out? What is it like from your perspective?
For me, I saw the videos at the end, like through the whip section, and the crowd was insane. But in my run, I had like no idea what it was like. Like, I don't know, I think you're just so focused and you kind of zone it all out. But it's cool to look back and see like USDH is vibey right now.
It's alive and well.
Vibey.
Yeah.
Vibes.
And how about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I agree with him. Like the bottom, I didn't realize there was that many people. And then you look back and there's just people everywhere. And on the side of the track, don't really notice them, but love to hear when they compliment you on your riding.
Yeah.
You're mid-run, they're like, that was insane. It just gives you confidence.
That's awesome. Makes you want to go harder.
Push faster.
And how about you, Nate?
Yeah, I definitely love the fans. I for sure can hear them, and it definitely makes me go so much faster. And it was so sick coming around that right-hander and just seeing everyone in the whoop section. It was like a tunnel in there. Just like went to go look ahead into the whoops, and all I saw was just American flags and everyone going crazy.
That's awesome. Congratulations today, guys. You did awesome.
See Hanny.
Thanks, bro.
Gentlemen, congratulations. Jack Rice from Vital MTB. Austin especially, super proud of you, dude. That was so
Thank you.
cool.
Appreciate it.
This is kind of like all your guys' backyard, which is awesome. It's cool to be here. I wanted to know, did it feel like you were racing the track or each other?
Kind of both. Not gonna lie, I struggled a lot more on this track than people think. Like the new changes made it a lot harder because we've just ridden like this same track the past couple of weeks, and the new off cambers and stuff with the changing ruts made it a lot harder. But me and Austin have done some timers, and we were really close, so I knew it was gonna be a really tight race.
Nice.
So I think it was a bit of both, like racing the track, but just knowing how tight the track is, the times are gonna be really close.
So do you, like when that kind of thing happens, are you keeping an extra eye out on him and watching him what he's doing?
I try not to, because then I don't race like I'm supposed to. If I try and like just want to put down a run that I'm happy with, and if it happens to be the fastest run or like today's second, then that's all you can do. You can't do anything else other than race yourself because it's just you against the clock.
I don't think you could say it that any better. Way to go, dude.
Thank you.
Austin?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It's a little bit of both. Like, I knew coming in, like I've done the timers with him on this track a couple weeks ago, and we were right within a second of each other. So you knew coming in like he was going to be strong, and we showed that yesterday and today. But at the same time, it's also battling the track with how much it's changing all the time, and yeah, it's a bit of both.
Cool. Nate?
Yeah, I'd say for me it was definitely the track. Like, these guys are going to be insanely fast because they ride here all the time just as much as me.
Yep.
But I definitely struggled just because with all the new changes, it definitely felt sandier and softer than what we're used to riding here on the main park line.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it just felt like I was riding it like a normal day at the bike park. And then today it just felt like, okay, we're at a race. Need to lock in,
Cool.
Go put your best foot forward.
All right. Yeah, it was kind of like changing of the guard, it seems. So it's really exciting to see you guys up here, and yeah, I hope we can come back, or I hope I can come back. I don't know. But that's all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've talked a little bit about like in the setup for this series and just the future of U.S. downhill and the youth. And Ryan, I mean, you just destroyed last season, just killed it.
Thank you.
And you know, you're involved in the Gravity Academy now. Can you tell us? Usually, you start to see riders kind of get into that phase. Did it again into that phase at a later point in their career when they're not focusing so much on their own career. But can you tell us a little bit about what that's, you know, meant to you and what your role is and how it's impacted your racing?
Well, lately I've just been like getting hurt a lot, and so like this year is pretty much just a building year. No expectation, just go out there and see what I can do. And it's definitely really cool to see the U.S. downhill like really coming back. As someone who's like not really there yet on the World Cup scene, it's definitely like pretty cool to see how the U.S. is really pushing to get a series going to where you don't really need to make the trip over there. And then also the money. It's pretty sick. That helps a bunch.
Awesome. Love it. Any other questions from everyone in the audience? Well, how about a huge round of applause for these guys? Any closing comments you guys want to make?
I'm ready for a week of GTSing, gym tan surf.
Yo.
And good job, boys. Sick battle.
Good job, boys. So good.